Hey everyone, welcome back to Fusion Fitness, natural health inside and out. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. We're all about diving deep into health and wellness, giving you the knowledge and tools to live a healthier, happier life. Today, we're tackling a big one, sugar addiction. It's more common and more dangerous than most people realize. So stick around as we unpack how sugar addiction affects your health and provide you with practical tips to break free from its grip. Let's jump in. Sugar addiction is often called a hidden epidemic, and for good reason. The truth is, sugar can be as addictive as some of the most notorious substances out there. Studies have shown that consuming sugar lights up the same pleasure centers in the brain as drugs like cocaine, which is both fascinating and frightening. But what makes sugar so addictive? It's all about the dopamine, a neurotransmitter that creates feelings of pleasure and reward. Every time you eat sugar, your brain gets a dopamine hit, making you feel good. The problem is that over time, your brain needs more and more sugar to get that same feeling, leading to a cycle of addiction. Let's break this down a bit further. The brain is wired to seek out rewards, and when it finds something that delivers, it wants more. This was useful for our ancestors who needed to find calorie dense foods to survive. But in today's world, where sugar is everywhere and available in massive quantities, this wiring can work against us. This is why it's so easy to get hooked on sugar without even realizing it. The numbers surrounding sugar consumption are staggering. The average person consumes about 17 teaspoons of added sugar per day, far exceeding the recommended limit of 6 teaspoons for women and 9 teaspoons for men. This overconsumption is not just about packing on the pounds, though that's certainly a concern. It's also about the broader impact on health. Excessive sugar intake is linked to a host of chronic conditions. Diabetes is one of the most well known. But did you know that sugar is also a major player in the development of heart disease? It contributes to inflammation, which can damage the arteries and lead to heart problems. Then there's the increased risk of certain cancers, particularly those related to insulin resistance, such as breast and colon cancer. And let's not forget about the impact on mental health. The roller coaster of sugar highs and crashes can exacerbate anxiety and depression, leaving you feeling drained, anxious, and emotionally unstable. To truly understand how we got here, let's take a quick look at the history of sugar. For most of human history, sugar was a luxury. In ancient times, honey was the primary sweetener, and sugarcane was only grown in specific regions. It wasn't until the 16th century, with the expansion of global trade, that sugar became more widely available. The rise of the sugar trade was driven by European colonialism, with sugar plantations established in the Caribbean and South America. As production ramped up, so did consumption. By the 18th century, sugar had gone from a rare treat to a staple in the diet of many Europeans. The Industrial Revolution further accelerated this trend, making sugar more affordable and accessible than ever before. By the 20th century, sugar was ubiquitous, not just in desserts, but in everyday foods like bread, ketchup, and salad dressings. Today, sugar is so ingrained in our diets that it's hard to imagine life without it. One of the biggest challenges in combating sugar addiction is that it's hidden in so many foods. You might think you're making healthy choices, but sugar can lurk in unexpected places. For instance, did you know that a single tablespoon of ketchup contains about 4 grams of sugar? That's equivalent to a teaspoon, or that many low-fat yogurts are loaded with sugar to make up for the lack of fat? Then there are the obvious culprits, sodas, candy, and baked goods, which are often packed with sugar. But even foods marketed as healthy, like granola bars or smoothies, can contain significant amounts of added sugar. This constant exposure to sugar makes it incredibly difficult to break free from its grasp. And it's not just about the taste. Sugar also acts as a preservative, helping to extend the shelf life of processed foods, which is why it's used so widely. Let's dive deeper into how sugar affects the brain. When you eat sugar, it triggers the release of dopamine in the brain, creating a feeling of pleasure. This is the same mechanism that makes activities like gambling or drug use addictive. The problem with sugar is that it creates a cycle of craving and consumption that's hard to break. Over time, your brain starts to rely on sugar to produce dopamine, leading to stronger cravings and increased consumption. This dependency can have serious consequences. For one, it can make it difficult to enjoy foods that aren't sweet. This is because your brain has become conditioned to associate pleasure with sugar. Additionally, the constant spikes and crashes in blood sugar can wreak havoc on your energy levels and mood. You might find yourself feeling irritable, anxious, or fatigued after a sugar binge. And because your brain is always seeking that next dopamine hit, it can be hard to resist the urge to reach for another sugary snack. Hearing about the science of sugar addiction is one thing, but real life stories can make the issue hit home. Let's explore some personal stories of individuals who've battled sugar addiction and come out on the other side. Sarah's story. Sarah had always been a fan of sugary snacks. From sodas to candy bars, sugar was a staple in her diet. But as the years went by, she started to notice the toll it was taking on her body. She was constantly tired, struggled with weight gain, and was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. That diagnosis was a wake up call. Determined to take control of her health, Sarah worked with a nutritionist to gradually cut back on sugar. It wasn't easy. There were days when the cravings were overwhelming, but she pushed through. She started incorporating more whole foods into her diet, focusing on fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins. Over time, she began to feel more energetic and her blood sugar levels stabilized. Today, Sarah says she feels better than she has in years, and she no longer feels controlled by her sugar cravings. Michael's story. Michael's addiction to sugar came in the form of energy drinks. He'd drink up to 5 cans a day, relying on the caffeine and sugar to get through his long work days. But what started as a quick pick me up soon turned into a dependency. He'd feel jittery and anxious after drinking the energy drinks, and the crashes would leave him exhausted. It wasn't until he started experiencing heart palpitations that he realized something had to change. With the help of a health coach, Michael began weaning himself off the energy drinks. He swapped them out for herbal teas and water, and while the transition was tough, the benefits were undeniable. His energy levels evened out, the palpitations stopped, and he felt more in control of his health. If you're struggling with sugar addiction, the first step is understanding its root causes. One of the biggest culprits is blood sugar imbalances. When you eat foods high in sugar, your blood sugar levels spike, leading to a release of insulin to bring them back down. This rapid rise and fall can leave you feeling hungry again soon after eating, which can trigger cravings for more sugar. To break this cycle, focus on stabilizing your blood sugar by eating balanced meals that include protein, healthy fats, and fiber. These nutrients help slow the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream, preventing those spikes and crashes. Mindset shifts. Breaking free from sugar addiction isn't just about changing your diet, it's also about changing your mindset. Many people turn to sugar as a way to cope with stress, boredom, or other emotions. Recognizing these emotional triggers is key to overcoming addiction. Instead of reaching for a sugary snack when you're feeling stressed, try practicing mindfulness or engaging in a physical activity like yoga or going for a walk. These activities can help you manage your emotions in a healthier way, reducing your reliance on sugar for comfort. When it comes to breaking free from sugar addiction, finding healthier alternatives to your favorite sugary snacks can make a big difference. Here are some ideas to get you started. Fruits. Fresh fruits like berries, apples, and oranges are naturally sweet and packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds are a great source of healthy fats, protein, and fiber, making them a satisfying snack. Coconut yogurt. Opt for plain coconut yogurt and add fresh fruit or a drizzle of honey for sweetness. Dark chocolate. If you're craving chocolate, choose dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa content. It's lower in sugar and rich in antioxidants. Smoothies. Blend your favorite fruits with some leafy greens and a bit of almond milk for a nutritious and satisfying smoothie. Here are some practical tips to help you reduce your sugar intake. Read labels. Get in the habit of reading food labels to identify added sugars. Look for terms like high fructose corn syrup, sucrose, and glucose on the ingredient list. Cook at home. Cooking your own meals allows you to control the ingredients and avoid hidden sugars. Try making your own sauces, dressings, and baked goods at home. Limit sugary drinks. Sodas, juices, and sweetened coffees are some of the biggest sources of added sugar. Opt for water, herbal teas, or black coffee instead. Plan your meals. Planning your meals and snacks ahead of time can help you avoid reaching for sugary convenience foods when you're hungry. Practice mindful eating. Pay attention to your hunger and fullness cues and try to eat without distractions. This can help you enjoy your food more and reduce the likelihood of overeating. Remember, breaking free from sugar addiction is a process that takes time and commitment. It's not about completely eliminating sugar from your life, but rather finding a balance that works for you. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and don't hesitate to seek support when you need it. There are plenty of resources available, from online communities to professional guidance, to help you along your journey. Check out the links in the description below for ways Fusion Fitness, Natural Health Inside and Out can support you. Sugar addiction is a serious issue, but it's not something you have to face alone. By understanding the causes, recognizing the challenges, and implementing effective strategies, you can take control of your health and break free from the cycle of sugar addiction. If you're ready to take the next step in taking your health back, check out my 10-day detox in the description below. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll continue to explore strategies for overcoming addiction and living a balanced, healthy life. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.